Welcome back to our gym challenge Sundays here on POW Gaming. Thank you, as always, to Psycho Turtle and Pokemon Labs for running these gym challenges. They are obviously so much fun. That's why we keep coming back here. And come feel free to join us every other Sunday. Check the Pokemon Labs website, make sure that everything's going on. But yeah, we'd love to have you here. And also, shout out to all the players in Knoxville right now playing. I know it's near the end of that, but it has been a really watch, and anytime there's a regional, I get all really excited because a bunch of meta changes, and it's just a really fun environment seeing all of the top pro players play. So it's amazing, and we got some amazing players here right now. We got Daniel versus Maguire coming up, and thank you for whoever put the tag for emotional support Pikachu. Doing good over there, buddy? I'm not gonna try and make it's not gonna. But yeah, one thing with this team, I'm excited to see one of my personal favorite Pokemon, Glamora. I think it's such an underrated Pokemon in this format. I keep saying this story, but I literally saved my tournament last time, so I'm not even kidding with that. That really, it survived with 4 HP, so I'm excited to see how it's used. But a lot of fun Pokemon here that you don't typically see, like the Glamora, and like do see Mousehold, but it's so much Mousehold. It's like the tiniest place. I wanted them to be competitively viable when I saw the design because it's just such a cute design, and yeah, it is. It's competitively viable. It's very viable, especially with the. I also got Brute Bonnet, which is the other version of Amoonguss. I mean, as if 2 Amoonguses wasn't scary enough. No, I'm or 1 Amoonguss wasn't scary enough. Now we have 2 of them. But yeah, but it's gonna be very fun. Cool. We have Gothitelle and Buttermane on one side. We got just saw that with when his regional, it kind of just sparked Perish Trap everywhere. Doesn't matter if it's Screamtail or doesn't matter if it's Screamtail or Buttermane or be good. Go for a little ride over there. Trying to go get snacks. No. You could just tell as soon as I said that, like, it's absolutely. But our players are getting set up. We're just about ready. Looks like they are almost on the rules page and go. But yeah, so with Perish Teams being you see a bunch of setters. Boomerang was, I believe, common in Series 1, and now the Paradoxes are allowed with Buttermane and Scream. But yeah, it's just a strategy that it's hard to beat. You don't have those ghost types, or you can then you're kind of trapped, and you gotta have to knock them out within 1 turn, or that's it. So it's tough if you're not prepared for it. But here we go. Here we go. Oh, again. Well, I don't know what it is in the team sheets here today, but we've got a different team. We're not going to see Mousehold or Glamora. I don't know. This is different. But we are going to instead see Abomasnow. So ignore everything I was saying about Glamora. So, yeah, well, I love Glamora. But we're going to see another Pokemon that is not very used, and that's Abomasnow. We're going to see Snow. And that is so much fun because it's got Aurora Veil, and that has just become such a big thing for Abomasnow. Aurora Veil plus Bundle is scary because now Bundle can actually take some special attacks. But we're gonna see Daniel on the offside here. Daniel's got this Abomasnow. It's got Great Tusk. It's got Talonflame, Dragonite, Sableye, Excalibur. Well, Maguire's gonna be on your right side, but Talonflame, Great Tusk, Dragonite, Brute Bonnet, Gothitelle, and Fluttermane. So a few mirror matches here. We got 2 Talonflames, we got 2 Great Tusks, we got 2 Dragonites. So, question is, how similar are they gonna be? Right? We can see there's different items on the Dragonite. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it goes for the Great Tusk. So different ways to play the same Pokemon. That's gonna be what's really interesting. Maguire gonna start us off here with Talonflame and Gothitelle. While Excalibur and Sableye leave Daniel's side. So, I think right away that you do have Sableye, right? It is the ultimate support mon, because not only does it have the screens there, which means like can survive hits, got Fake Out and Foul Play, which is a really nice factor for Gothitelle. Even though it's special attacker, Foul Play can still do solid damage. It's a bit of a threat on it. But I think the wise play here, and you see this Talonflame, it's got Cobra Cloak. It's going to set up tip. There's a good chance. It could also potentially attack here, but when you see that Excalibur, Excalibur cannot get burned because of thermal exchange, and if you're gonna go for a Brave Bird, Excalibur's gonna be good. Yeah. I think Sableye here, the best bet is to set up one of the Excalibur attack. So But I think if you're stabilized, the best bet is to just set up screen. Start with one of the screens. Gothitelle is going to start off with Fake Out on Excalibur. That was actually to be expected. Talonflame can really now just go for whatever. It can taunt, but we're going to see Light Screen first. Yeah, which is the right call. I mean, you want to set up one of the screens first, and then there is Will-O-Wisp. Actually, going to go for the Will-O-Wisp on the Excalibur. It's got Thermal Exchange though, so I don't think it's going to work even if that was an attempt there. I think when you think about what's on the other side, right? You set up the Light Screen. That's good for half. I think a Reflect would be wise to set up right now. Okay. But yeah, I think at this point right now, Maguire saw the Light Screen go up, right? So, you know, okay, I can still attack, but Talonflame can't really do much. It's gonna go to Excalibur. And Gothitelle, I mean, yeah, going into the Gothitelle here does not have the room. It's a bit of a nice spot for Daniel here because you're like, okay, it's not gonna set up. And, yeah, and when you look at Maguire's, you got Bonnet, right? You got Great Tusk is relatively slow. You're like, okay, my team, and those would be able to do that. And those you're gonna see a bomb still come out. But that's no warning. And Gothitelle switch. Gonna go into that Great Tusk. Yeah, so that's smart. A little scary though now. You got two ice types on the field. And Excalibur, there's that Will-O-Wisp, but Thermal Exchange, yeah, it's not gonna affect Excalibur, and Icicle Spear is just gonna be able to pick up that knockout on Talonflame most likely. It is loaded dice. It looks like it's gonna go to a fifth hit here. It's gonna need to. Yeah, it's gonna connect that fifth hit, and that Talonflame's gone. So Maguire just kind of sacrificing Talonflame there. I think with the double, I'm just trying to think what Maguire can do. You're in a really tough spot. You got potential Blizzards, you got potential Icicle Spears, or I'm sorry, yeah, and Ice Shard as well. And then Gothitelle, I mean, you got a good, that's the right play. You got to fake out here, because if you don't fake out, one of these two is going down. I mean, or one of these two is going to knock out your own Pokemon. I mean, so you got to not at least fake out. I'd probably fake out Excalibur. It's definitely, I don't know, because Great Tusk, you know, it's especially weak. So have a focus sash, right? I mean, you could, at this point, you've got close combat, which you saw damage on there. It's a good time for a Terra, I'd say, maybe, if you want to, or maybe after the fake out, it's a good time for a Terra. Let them waste your fake out, see if it's going to hit, and then whichever Pokemon, right? Yeah, I think right now, Maguire's best bet is to just kind of play the mind games with Gothitelle, try and fake out the right one, and close combat the right one at the same time, and then use that to... Excalibur's going to protect, yeah, I think... and then a Bomb's not going to protect. So there you go. You just remove that fake out potential right there, which is exactly what you needed to do. It does mean you are not going to be as fast as wished. You know, like now there's that Earthquake. If you're Maguire, you cannot use that speed to your advantage because I would imagine with this Earthquake, it's going to hit Gothitelle pretty hard. I'd say. No, not quite 50%. The thing with this is, you're mostly going to outspeed the Bombsnow, but you're not going to outspeed Excalibur, right? So Excalibur is going to be free to just kind of do whatever on that Great Tusk. There is times where it goes for, you know, times where it is outspeed, or will outspeed, but even then, with Earthquake, you're not going to knock out either. It's not weak. Neither of them are weak for that. They are weak for fighting. So I think in this case, Daniel has the advantage in terms of typing. Just having double ice against Great Tusk, with Great Tusk being your primary source of damage, is just brutal. So I can't really do too much. I think knowing what Gothitelle has, like, we're gonna see those combat go on the Excalibur. So now we know that that Great Tusk is faster than Excalibur. That's the first key thing that you want to pay attention to, because even if it, in this case, as you can see, it didn't quite knock out, but that's something you want to keep in mind for later. Those Icicle Spears are gonna definitely pick up a knockout on that Great Tusk right there. And that's gonna put Daniel in a really good spot here. And now that Gothitelle can kind of just whatever. Great Tusk goes down, but yeah, Gothitelle, I mean, it could pick up. It's gonna go for the Abomasnow, so it will at least cripple it a little bit. And there's that Blizzard, which is gonna do like 30%. But it does activate the berry there, which is gonna be such a fairy for Gothitelle. So Gothitelle is gonna go just about half again. And not much you can do here if you're Maguire. You lost your Talonflame, you lost your Great Tusk. Dragonite is always a good option, though. I mean, especially with the format. I I think right now, Dragonite could just be your saving grace, right? Because here's the thing. You gotta Terra it though. You have to Terra it to normal and just hit that Abomasnow. Abomasnow is going now, thanks to that snow, it did not. They do have light screen up, but not reflect up. So because of that, we are going to see. Oh, there's the Terra. Like I'm saying, you have to Terra Dragonite here, or you die. You are four times weak to ice. You are going. That Dragonite is gonna faint so fast if you do not get that Terra up. So Terra goes up. I think here the call should just go for. We're gonna see Excalibur. Like, yeah, you gotta go for the hit on Abomasnow. Like there's no doubt you have to extreme speed the Abomasnow. And there is that extreme speed, Paranormal onto the Abomasnow. Will it pick up the knockout? Is the question. No, it does around 70-ish damage, with like 50% of Abomasnow's remaining health. Psychic does go onto the Excalibur, so that's not going to connect. And this Abomasnow is now going to go ahead and just straight up Blizzard, which does not do a ton on Dragonite, thanks to that multi-scale. Now you're in a position where it's interesting. You know, I think I would still the snow and the light screen up for a bit, so you still have both of those like defenses up, but Dragonite could just sweep if depending on what comes out, and obviously not Sableye, but Sableye can foul play, and luckily this Dragonite does have option Dragon Claw to its head, so Sableye's not a huge threat. And then it's a matter of what the last Pokemon is, right? If it's Great Tusk, Ice Spinner, Talon Flame, you can Extreme Speed. Then if it's Dragonite on Dragonite, that's the tough part. So if you're Daniel, you brought out that Dragonite, you are in good. That Excalibur goes down to the Extreme Speed. Now puts Gothitelle in the position to go for Psychic potentially here onto that Abomasnow, and that is going to connect to around 50%, or 50 damage, sorry. Blizzard coming out, takes up the knockout on Gothitelle, Dragonite, 50% now. Yeah, Daniel kind of had a really good position there. Snow's going to remove from the field, and see that Dragonite in the back, so it's at this point, I don't know. I think this is Daniel's game. Yeah, this is pretty much like I don't know what to do. Either or works. I think if you're Daniel, you just kind of whichever one you want to go for. They both are solid. Dragonite's at half health. You could foul play. You could now go for because I just go energy. Kind of chip its damage away until you can get your Dragonite in play and just air extra. But at that point, the Maguire's Dragonite might be going down already. So yeah. Yeah, at this point, let's just go with there's the fake out. We did see it's multi-scale, so it is going to get faked out and flinched. That's one of the downsides having multi-scale into the interface, but multi-scale does allow you to take so much more damage. So, and it's basically makes Dragonite really bulky. At this point, you just click Earth Power and Foul Play, and I think it's going to knock out. This Foul Play does use the attack stat of the opposing Pokemon in its calculation, so Extreme Speed. Gonna go on to obviously the Abomasnow because Sableye's a ghost type, and the question is that Foul Play gonna be enough with against Dragonite? There's a really good chance that it will be, and it is. And that means Daniel picks up game one. All right, so that was a really, I'd say, in that matchup, Abomasnow, right? This is what's interesting. You set up the light screen. That's really wise. Then Abomasnow sets up the snow, and Excalibur benefits by having, not only do you have the light screen up, but you don't waste a turn on setting Reflect, but you still get the effects of Reflect thanks to the new snow mechanics that were introduced in Gen 9, raising the defense stats. So you have your special defense at 50%, you have your Abomasnow setting up the snow, your physical defense is now 50% boosted, so that was just a really, really nice setup there by Daniel. Now I think here, the one thing that Maguire kind of failed to realize is snow and ice combo, the snow plus the ice type combo, is so prevalent on the other team that bringing in Great Tusk as your primary source of attacking was a bit of a mistake. Good news, if you like what you would take from this matchup, oh, I outspeed Excalibur. I can hit it pretty hard now. But the question is, do you want to be with Great Tusk? Do you want to threaten those ice moves again? Because your Terra is ground right now, if you're Maguire. So, do you threaten those ice moves and taunt those back out into the play, right? Not the move taunt, but like if I bring this Great Tusk, there's a good chance that these ice attacks are going to knock me out. And unfortunately, like, I mean, there's enough here. We saw that Talonflame with the Excalibur. It would have lived with 4 Icicle Spears, so there's a good chance, you know, that like other Pokemon can fit. I think here, Maguire may have a better chance with I mean, it's still iffy because of Excalibur, right? You can knock it out with the Moonblast, but if they go for something like Ice Shard, and that's going to do a lot of damage still. So you're kind of tough because just Excalibur is such a good Pokemon against Maguire's team. I mean, it hit Dragonite too. I mean, if it doesn't Terra, it goes down. You know, so like it's one of those things where you kind of just have to play around those ice types and figure out how to beat those ice types and then get rid of it. Not to mention the boost from the light screen and the physical defense boost. There's that Flutterman I was talking about. I think that might be more common here. And Baxcalibur going to come on out with Sableye. This is a good lead for Maguire here because you now have that pressure. You have the Moonblast, right? You have the potential Moonblast, which is going to hit either Sableye or Baxcalibur pretty hefty. But then now it's going like, okay, it's the protect game. Is Baxcalibur going to protect? Therefore, I should hit Sableye, or if I just go into the Baxcalibur right away, try and get rid of it, it's going to attack me, right? Talonflame is in an interesting position because you cannot Will-O-Wisp really either. You can Tailwind, you can Taunt. I don't know if those are going to really necessarily come into play. Maybe Taunt on Sableye, but like, then what's to prevent Daniel from doing the same thing that he did last match, which was switch out that Sableye right away into Abomasnow and just get rid of it. Yeah, I would. Brave Bird's kind of smart onto the Baxcalibur. It does about 50% there with a critical hit though. Moving on to the Sableye's light screen, that Brave Bird may have been a really smart play because there's the Dazzling Gleam, and even with the light screen, that Brave Bird just chipped it enough where Baxcalibur is gone on turn 1, and Sableye did set up the light screen, but Maguire does not necessarily take any damage besides the recoil from Brave Bird and the Life Orb, which is on the Life Orb on Fluttermane. So that is really, really useful. Okay, Daniel bringing out that Dragonite, you have to right now Terra that Dragonite. I mean, you could rely on a multi-scale, but that at least against Fluttermane, I'd be really surprised if we don't see that Terra. I mean, knowing what's on the other side, we do Rock Slide, which just that's a really devastating move to both Pokemon, and then you also have Foul Play, which is not going to be as devastating to that Fluttermane because it attacks that so low. So I think the smart call here, if you're Daniel, just go in, like we saw with the Rock Slide there. That's a really good call because it's going to damage both really hefty because Fluttermane's super fragile. So going, and then obviously there's a 4 times weakness, but you hit both Pokemon. I think that's the important part if you're Daniel and you want to recover right now because you just lost Baxcalibur, which is a huge threat to you. Brave Bird going to go first onto the Dragonite. Doesn't do a ton. That's thanks to multi-scale there. The Dazzling Gleam going to connect. That's going to get rid of the Sableye, but Dragonite lives it. And Sableye goes down. But now, here we go. This is the question. How much is Rock Slide going to do? Because Dazzling Gleam is going to do a lot, obviously. And just continue to do a lot. It does around 50% on Fluttermane. And it misses on the Talonflame. Oh, as if that was not what you needed. That was not at all what you needed because that Talonflame is fastest on the field. And just free to go for whatever. And at this point, I mean, Abomasnow does have the Focus Sash, but you just click Dazzling Gleam, Brave Bird, and that leaves Daniel with just Dragonite. Oh, that Rock Slide miss may have been crucial. I mean, obviously, Maguire set himself up so well there. And there's the Brave Bird that we're seeing. Connects actually less to Abomasnow than I was expecting, and then we attribute that to the snow. And then the Shadow Ball is not going to hit the Dragonite because it is Terra Normal. Rock Slide coming out, this time connecting with Talonflame, but Fluttermane just lives it with a little bit of HP. Potentially maybe wanted to keep the Fluttermane in, but the Blizzard ends. That's a knockout, yeah. That Shadow Ball may have been a mistake. That Shadow Ball may have cost the game here, I don't know. Because now it's 2-on-2. Now it's evened up. Maguire was in a really good position though. I think we all kind of expected Brave Bird to do a bit more, but there's that Dragonite, full health Dragonite by the way, against Brute and Brute Bonnet. So did not bring in that Great Tusk. Didn't want to tempt fate there. Now here, this is interesting, right? I think if Maguire should double up on Abomasnow. If you can get rid, I mean, Abomasnow has Protect potentially, right? That's the scary thing, and then Dragonite can do whatever. But Dragonite, I mean, your best bet. See, Daniel Dragonite has got Fire Punch and Ice Spinner. We do add that onto the Brute Bonnet, but Brute Bonnet is pretty bulky, and it has Rocky Helmet, so that'll do just kind of some solid damage back, right? Abomasnow here is the threat though, because it can knock out that Brute Bonnet. That's usually like Dragonite without the Life Orb or Choice Band Ice Spinner's not going to do as much as you were hoping. So I think in that case, the best bet is to just go for that. There's the Terra, and we're going to see the Terra on Dragonite. Yeah, I think at this point your best bet is just get rid of the Bomb Snow. It's Dragonite can not do a ton, because again, it's got Extreme Speed, Rock Slide, not a ton. So with that Extreme Speed, going to connect first onto the opposing Dragonite. It does a lot of damage actually, but that's because it's a crit, even with Moldy Scale. There's the Extreme Speed on Maguire's side. Down to the Bomb Snow, yeah. And not quite enough. That's kind of to be expected. We are going to see that Rage Powder from Brute Bonnet, but I'm expecting a Blizzard here, so I don't know if that's going to necessarily matter. Yeah, there's that Blizzard. I was like, I don't think it's going to really matter. And that's going to put Maguire in a tough spot, because that Extreme Speed is just going to do so much. I mean, yeah, I think Daniel may have been able to position himself really well here. We did see Dragonite. It could be a speed tie, but Daniel's moved first, which means Extreme Speed onto that other Dragonite may pick up the knockout, and then the Blizzard can finish the Bonnet. There's a potential that Bonnet obviously could move first and knock out that Bomb Snow, but then you can go for Ice Spinner or Fire Punch and get rid of it if you're Daniel. So maybe a speed tie here. That may be what it comes down to. That's kind of going to be a battle of the extreme speeds, honestly. And I think whoever is able to get that first, and it's Maguire's goes first, so it may have been a speed tie there. Does 35% onto the Dragonite. Not quite enough. The Ice Spinner gonna not quite pick up the knockout on Brute Bonnet either. And the Rocky Helmet links Daniel Dragonite just live slightly with 4 HP, enough for that Bomb Snow to pick up the win for Daniel and win the match. Oh my gosh, it's another edge of your seat match right there. I mean, that was absolutely insane. When you took a look at that match, it came down to that Rocky Helmet damage. That Rocky Helmet damage was literally like, the Bomb Snow would have lived, right? So it wasn't, but like that was just another kind of like, what the heck? Why is this thing so bulky? And unfortunately, I think in that match, it also, a part of it had to do with like just a couple things that we saw. We saw Shadow Ball into a normal type. We saw Rage Powder after Extreme Speed with the Blizzard. So I think there was some plays there where it was like, okay, maybe they were expecting something else, right? Like an Ice Spinner on Dragonite or something like that that would have changed it. And it's one of those things where Pokemon's all about is making calls their opponent won't expect, and unfortunately it looks like Daniel made the right calls there. Was able to position himself out of the bunker essentially to kind of come back from behind and win that matchup. It was a battle of the Dragonites, right? And Dragonite, one of my favorite designs, so always love to see it in play. But that was round 3, and now that means Daniel is 3-0, so really good chance at getting into the top cut right now. That's going to be the cutoff, is 3-2. We're gonna have a couple of those, but 4-1 most likely to get in. And then of course, if you go undefeated, you're definitely, and that's amazing. And maybe see a couple undefeated, but we'll find out later today. So for now, signing off for round 3. Join us in a few moments. Everyone else is still playing, it looks like. We have a few more matches going, and then we'll be back with round 4. So see you then.